went to Stoneview Elementary.
Stoneview.
I don't know if you heard of that. Stoneview on Chuck Road.
I've never heard of Stoneview.
It's off of exit 74.
I don't know if my mic. Hello. Mic check 1 2.
I don't even know my exit.
There we go. Okay. Now
What's the name of that exit? It's the one right before Stonecrest.
Oh, yeah. So Stonecrest, my exit.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot the name of that exit. Evans Mills, I think.
Yeah, Evans Mill. That's my. That's funny. That's funny.
Okay. Oh, I see. Because you're gonna be in the podcast too. I see why you were trying to.
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, but we've done it like that before. He kill it. He can do it both ways. He fine. He just be doubting himself.
And I hope y'all don't mind. I'm keeping my shades on tonight. I've had
I usually have
a
my
love-tastic week. Very little sleep. So
I got my focals on today.
It definitely gets like that.
it gets like that. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna. We making it though.
Definitely. More than making it.
Yes, we are
going through it
alive and
we coming
thriving.
out stronger.
Hey. I wanted to talk to y'all too about some stuff afterwards. Cause y'all do production, like video production. I saw you with the camera.
Yeah, that's my setup.
Yeah,
This
he
your
does.
setup? Okay.
We made it happen. So
No, y'all did a good job. I like your setup.
I do music production.
You do the okay.
audio, all kind of audio.
Do you make jingles? Do you
Yeah.
make beats too? You do. Okay. All right.
He didn't produce stuff. You see, I don't know if
I
you
saw
seen
the
the plaque.
billboard
That's
plaque up there. Yep,
Hey, that's
that was you.
yeah.
Hey, that's what's up.
Got the plaque for with Boosie.
We sitting beside a living legend right now.
I'm still learning.
The fact that you're already charting while you're learning, you're earning while you're learning.
That's the best way to
That's-
do it.
Yes.
I feel like.
How y'all feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling great.
We live on YouTube.
Oh, we live right now.
We live,
Are
yeah, we
streaming.
we
Oh, I didn't
streaming.
know if we was getting ready. I was all right.
Oh no, even we start on time over here. Not all the time. You can ask Sharp. I don't be on time most of the time, but you know,
I'm divinely on time.
look, we on God time.
That's
You on
that's it.
CPT. You
See,
know,
what's that?
co-
Color people
yeah,
time.
color people time.
Well, color people, that's because we are more in tune with the original time, which is the universe, not the Gregorian time. This is a very unnatural matrix of time construct that we are living in or participating in, and we still finesse and can thrive within it, but it is very unnatural.
That's what I'm gonna tell my supervisor when I'm late.
Hey, that's what I had
I'm
to
on
that's
the
why I
wrong.
had to
I'm on
become
a
my own
different
boss.
calendar. You on the Gregorian calendar. I'm on the spiritual calendar. I was on time.
Right. I'm exactly where I need to be at all times. What you talk about?
That's facts, though. That's facts, though. But it more than anything, it's really just a blessing to be here right now. Cause
100%.
we can talk to the world. Even if 50 people view this, we ain't even got 50 people. That'll take up the whole room right now.
Man, I
So-
just need one.
Look, know what I'm
Right.
saying? A lot of people be mad about the amount of people that they touch, but if you able to really get across to anybody, you feel me? That's good enough by itself. Cause social media got a lot of negative, things to it. So I feel like we should try to, use it as much as possible to benefit off of it. So,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree with that.
but a few announcements before we do get started. Since we have already been started, welcome back. If you are here to DeeTruthTalk podcast. Back again live here, Spiritual Hundos production here with Here Forever Entertainment in the building. We got Love in the building. We got David in the building with us today. We got a lot of good things coming up. We got our music reviews about to launch pretty soon. We got that next month, so we'll be able to have artists send their music in. We'll be able to review the music. We got a lot of content we're about to start dropping. Really about to go crazy. We're finna take over this year and next year. So if you're anywhere in the city and you creating content and you doing anything special artistically, we want to help out, figure out how we can, branch our networks together. So the comments are hot right now. So I got the iPad right here, Sharp making me work tonight. He said, I got to do the cameraman. I got to do the hoes. I got to do everything. So I'm going to see your comments right here live if you comment, and I'll be able to see if you got any questions for these lovely guests that we got on our show tonight or for us ourselves. So if you watching it after, that's cool. But you know, the day ones who come and tap into the live, why it's live, you feel me? You know, much appreciated. Love everybody who support the show, cause that's what we here for. You know what I mean? So, all that. Got our clips channel about to drop. You better actually review, you know, smaller clips of the shows that we post. And we got a lot of good things coming up. But if you need them beats, we do got a legend in the building. You know, we got Mr. For Real, E-Sharpe in the building.
I'm still learning.
Billboard producer in the building, you know. So if you need your music mix, you need your video shot, you need marketing, you need media, you need promotion, you know, you got the right group around you. David, you do media production too, don't you?
Yeah, so of some sort, I'm in the graphic design realm. So really graphic design, a little bit of motion design, a lot of bit of motion design, branding people. So yeah, image consulting, pretty much.
Okay. That's live. So, you know, shout out to anybody who got any talents out there themselves. A lot of people striving for a lot of stuff right now, trying to be a lot of stuff. So
celebrate yourself.
Celebrate yourself, but also, you know, don't strive too hard to the point you're killing yourself at the same time. You know, take advantage of the moment. Be resourceful, you know. But at the end of the day, we have invited other people to the show. If you do flake on the show and you don't hit me up, you cannot come back on the show. So I probably left you on red. You know, it's probably gonna stay like that. So
as you should,
right?
You know, but all that good stuff. But tap into the show, man. We back here, DeeTruthTalk podcast. Let's get started. Featuring live.
I mean, this a E-Sharpe,
Finna put it on the show.
I need it.
Finna put it on the show.
We want it.
Finna roll up some more.
We on it.
Oh, cause we on the truth talk. Ella, hey you. Oh. You speak on my name, this ain't no game. They come knock you off. We look at the game and it's a shame. These niggas too soft. Pull up in the thing, it got no brain. We to the roof off. Cause we on the truth talk. We on the truth talk. Why they running from the truth? DeeTruth, E-Sharpe, here forever. See me running to the loop. Know I be with the gang. If you fuck with them, then we gon' shoot. And that's just the truth talk. Cause we on the truth talk. I need the, they need the, we need the, they want the truth talk. So we on the truth talk. We on the truth talk. So what you gonna do? We want the truth. It's just me and you. And E-Sharpe here too. Cause we on the truth talk. Finna put it on the show. Finna put it on the show. Ooh, we back with another one. DeeTruthTalk podcast in the building. We gotta switch our soundboard back over. See, you know, we technical guys. It's a different ball game when you do everything by yourself, man. When you building up from scratch, man. But that's why
how you learn how to do everything.
Right.
Basically, but then you supposed to get a solid team on your back too. You know what I mean? So you ain't gotta do everything by yourself.
100%.
But it's good to at least know how to do it all.
That's facts.
Oh, you for real, E-Sharpe?
Okay, there we go. We live. God, what's up, E-Sharpe?
Good guys.
Always, man.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling? Y'all with the 420 movement? Y'all legalizing cannabis? Y'all think they gonna make that happen soon?
They did in Stonecrest.
In Stonecrest?
They decriminalized it. So basically,
In the mall?
not in the mall, in the whole. So Stonecrest is its own like town city.
I didn't know that. They
Yeah.
just did that.
Nah, they did that last year.
I thought it was like, I mean, that's recent. I used to live there.
Yeah.
So it was still Lithonia to me.
Yeah. So like to me, it's still Lithonia. But yeah, so Stonecrest is their own city. So they've decriminalized marijuana. So inside of its limits, it's like $100 fine, anything lower than an ounce.
Yeah,
That's
like
pretty close.
What?
Like to Atlanta. Well,
Stonecrest?
This area, yeah.
I mean, it is Atlanta basically. They just carved themselves out like they were separate.
I think, isn't Fulton County like that too?
Yes.
See, I'm still learning.
Fulton
I'm
County.
still learning.
Yeah, Fulton County, like Six Flags, right? Six Flags area.
It kind of starts here too, a little bit north, a little bit. Like
I
where
be
the
in
airport is at.
I be in my own world. We legal everywhere I'm at.
Yeah. I only follow the Most High's laws. You feel me?
Yeah. Say, but we got Love in the building. How you doing today, Love?
I'm alive and thriving.
I'm
happy
liking
to
the
be
merch.
here. Thank you. Thank you.
You've
Loving the
been
merch.
you've been
Exclusive.
branding very well. I've been checking out your content. I'm like, hold on, her branding is on point. Okay, she know what she doing. She got some.
But thank you. Yeah, I mean, I know a little something, but
Okay.
just definitely it's intentional apparel. So everything that
Facts.
I create comes with a lot of intention. I
Gotcha.
feel like that conveys, and that's what comes through.
So what the name of the brand mean? All love.
All love. It's all love. But we're really more than a brand. You know,
Okay.
we're more than a movement, more than a lifestyle. It's a new way of being, operating from our heart space. Coming back to really, it's the original way of being.
Okay.
Us operating from a place of love, but we've gotten so disconnected from our original and true nature that it feels like a new way of being.
Okay.
and
I can
stuff.
understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like everybody, instead of love, they living out of fear. Instead of all love, they live it's all fear.
It's all fear. It's a lot of fear, but I feel like where we are right now, at this really auspicious time where there's a lot of fear, but there's a lot of love also emerging
I think you need both
at the
of that.
same time.
I think they coexist. They have to.
Yeah,
Fear
they
and
do.
love.
Well, I have this idea that like fear and love are on like one continent.
Because
They are. They're
You
the
know?
same. They're the
and
same
so
thing.
it's like fear here, love
fear,
here.
fear can even show love.
If fear can show love,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
give us an
So-
example of that.
Like, if you call your dog gonna come.
Fix your piece.
If you call your dog gonna come when you call it. Or if you tell it not to do that, it's gonna not do it because it don't want to get a whooping, and you know it still love you.
Right. But I feel like that type of fear is a little different than like the fear that humans live
It's
out
still
of.
like that with children.
I wouldn't put fear on the other end of the spectrum of love. I would say hate.
Yeah.
Personally, but I mean, if we're talking about opposing ends, I would say it's love. Obviously, it's hate because some people say they love people, but they love them like they hate how much they love them. Like I love you so much, I want to kill you. Like
No, it's-
they want.
That's not real love, though.
I mean, but like when you love
that's
somebody,
That's a warped perception of what you think love is.
or they could
well,
be
that
afraid.
ain't what I think love.
Or they could
is.
be afraid of how much control they lost because of you.
Basically.
But
That's
that's
what I'm
because they
saying.
didn't
Fear.
love them.
Fear.
That's because they didn't love themselves.
That's super true.
I feel like because if you're in a situation where you find that you are losing control of yourself, loving another, you're out of balance.
You're right.
That's
That's
Well,
exactly what
But
that means.
no,
But that's what love is actually.
No, but sometimes
I feel like that's what love is.
sometimes it could be polar opposite people in a relationship to where someone has to be taught how to love themselves.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
But should you be in a relationship if you don't love yourself?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
Oh
You
wow,
can.
we jumping right in.
I don't
we
think
should. That's a good
Because
question.
If you don't love yourself, how are you gonna love somebody else?
But I know you have to start there. But I'm saying, you know,
exactly. You
some
have
some
to start there.
some people forget daily.
But I don't think that's what I'm
mostly,
saying.
Mostly females is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you can't constantly be teaching somebody how to love themselves. That's
But
draining.
Right.
that's what men are here for. Like that's the polar opposites.
Not
Men
really.
are here to teach women how to love themselves.
No,
I don't
God
think
is
they-
here.
Wow.
God is here to teach you how to love you.
Yeah.
I know. I'm saying he shows us how to.
Exactly, and that's inside yourself. That's not from another person.
But it's an example basically. They get to see how you doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like how you stay
But
up.
a lot of men don't love themselves.
That's true, but it's some that do.
Just like there's some women that do.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like many things are just subjective. Like, okay, cool. You can be in a situation where you don't love yourself and you find someone that loves themselves so much that you like, okay, maybe I should love myself. That can happen. But 9 times out of 10,
It's not gonna happen like that.
yeah. And you should just love yourself first and then try to get into a relationship with another person.
I
loves
agree with that.
themselves.
I didn't deny that, but I think it's still gonna be possible if a person, you know, like
Well, I mean,
some people are fickle, is what I'm saying.
I feel like that's the most ideal approach
Exactly.
is to love yourself fully, be a whole sovereign being,
saying.
and
That's
then get
ideal,
into
yeah.
a relationship. But we are not living ideally for
That's
the
what-
most part.
We're not.
And then we don't really realize the purpose of relationships. You know, for me, I feel like relationships are containers for growth.
We
Okay.
help each other grow.
And we help each other grow. And this is how we interface with ourselves is through relationship with each other. So we might not always be fully whole and loving ourselves, but we can still be in relationship with others. But with those expectations and what that container of relationship looks like, that's where it can get like a little convoluted and toxic.
In the long run.
I think that's where the problem usually come in at though. Like a lot of people, they love you until y'all disagree, or like it's always easy to love when things are good,
That's
but
called conditional.
when things are at their worst, you know how they treat you then, how they talk to you then, how they communicate. So, I actually was thinking about this like the other week. I was like, we should eliminate the word love. Not saying that love isn't a great thing, but I feel like if it was replaced with the actual action, and people had to show how much they love you, then they wouldn't have to say it. Because I don't feel like I want to be the person that's like, I love you, I love you. That means I'm doing something wrong if I have to keep expressing it verbally. But if I'm doing everything in my being to show you how I really feel about you, I don't have to sit back and keep giving you those words, because you know it's showing through my action. But people usually, manipulate with their words and then actually show you something different. So, people are conditioned to believe that people are going to change. I'm probably a victim of that. I just I see the best in people. Like sometimes I see potential over reality, and I put that, because I'm like, I see them as this. It's okay. I put people on pedestals because I want them to do that to themselves. You feel me? And
No, we
sometimes
can't do that.
you shouldn't, but I love people more than they love themselves sometimes. That's just how I operate as a being.
Back to what he was talking about. You gotta love yourself first.
They do have to, but how do we help people love themselves,
I think by truly loving ourselves, being that example,
Yeah.
Of loving ourselves, and they can see it does. Now that doesn't mean we have to hold space and be intimate and up on them to show them, but I feel like that's really the only way is by us doing it for ourselves.
Yeah, leading by example.
Leading by example.
That's what I
Like
said.
when you see someone on Instagram, let's just say you're a regular person, you see someone on Instagram, they just bought a new Lambo. They just bought their dad a new house. Does that not make you want to do it? We're talking about regular people. When they see things like that, they say, okay, maybe I want to do that. So in turns, they might think, okay, that's them loving themselves, which in some instances it may be.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing I guess we can discuss too, because I was thinking about like the whole pursuit of success and happiness. A lot of people get into that journey and they really misplace the value of the present moment. And they so busy striving, trying to get somewhere, they forget where they are. They too busy worried about where they came from. They can't get nowhere. So it's really important to really just be grounded in the moment so you can actually realize where you are. You feel me? To actually be able to move forward the right way. But a lot of people not here. They already there mentally, but they rushing to get there, or they back there.
Yes, thinking in the past is not useful because the past has already happened. You can only affect the future.
Yeah, but some people think that the future creates the present.
I don't know how you get that.
Some people think they past. Some people probably think I'm like this because of everything I've been through. That's
Exactly. But
people really believe they have that mindset. I'm here because of everything that happened. I am all this stuff that I've been through.
That's actually true.
But that's not reality though.
That's true. But you are your experiences. Every single thing that you experience has led you to today and how you think and how you move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single thing. You don't know anything that you have not experienced.
That's facts, but it's about how it influenced me. What did it imprint on me? Now, did it scare me out of life, or did it scare me? And did it make me want to live?
That depends on you.
My point exactly. But how is everybody majority? These days.
The majority of people, they never look at their past and never see the things that are affecting them in the toxic ways and negative ways, and try to take that situation and say, hey, I went through this, but this is not going to make me, and I'm going to become who I want to be.
So those are, so we not our experiences.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We are, but there's a point where you can break free from that.
I thought we was observers of the experience.
Well, we are observers of the experience, and we are experiencing the experience
Yes.
Life.
at the same time. So it's like, for me, I've gotten to a place where I no longer label things as good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all necessary.
Thank you.
And when I look back at my life and I look at the things that, at the time I thought were bad, or I was scared, or I, had a victim mentality, like this happened to me. But as I've gotten older and just like on my journey and just seeing things a little more clearly, realizing that they were all necessary. And those things happen when you realize we come here for a refinement of our soul. Like we're souls here in the human experience. And so there's soul aspects of our souls and essence that needs refinement and that's being refined. And so we choose the experiences that refine those essences that it's beyond the money and
That's
the cars
facts.
and the businesses. That's just, if that's what you want to focus on. But even in focusing on that, you're being refined the whole time.
So go ahead. You got something?
I agree that everything is necessary, but good and bad is true, and you can't ignore it. So
Well, I think it's just labels. Is whatever label you need
We was talking
to
about that yesterday.
make it to understand it, to have
it's a-
understanding.
it's like a compass.
But words are just symbols. They can be misconstrued by different people. So what's good to one person can be bad to another person.
Right.
It's
Based off of what frequency both y'all on. Y'all might be on that same bad wavelength.
Y'all could be
and
on the same
It might seem good to y'all.
but y'all could be on the same frequency and still have two totally different perspectives of it.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all vibe because y'all relate.
Or I mean, I'm saying it could be different, and y'all could be on the same frequency and still think different about the situation.
That's just because you're two different people.
That's
You've
what-
had different situations that have led you to that judgment. For example, if two people are in a situation of, let's say, a car accident, one person has been in 4 car accidents while the other person's been in 1 car accident. Mind you, both of them work at the same place in the same job in the marketing department. One of them is going to be a little more shaken up after that experience than the other one.
Yeah. They're just gonna be, everybody different.
It just depends on what you've been through and how you take things,
That's
honestly.
what I'm saying. The way you react shows whether you took it bad or you took it good. So good and bad matters.
Well, I don't know if it's still good or bad. I think it's all perception too, and it's like how you're
Yeah.
perceiving what's happening in the reality that you're in, because we're co-creating our reality, one choice, every choice that we make, and it's I don't know, there's good or bad,
Yeah,
like labeling it, because it is so, I think, perspective.
because even
is what
what we talk
creates.
about is ideal. Everybody's ideal is going to be totally different. There's nothing on the face of the earth that every single person is going to agree on at no point in time.
Well, there is one thing,
What?
that you cannot continue and sustain life without the breath.
I was about to say breathing.
Somebody will try, like, no, you can't.
But they will not succeed.
They'll kill themselves trying. They'll kill themselves trying to prove you wrong.
So what she's saying is nature. Like
Nature.
Yeah.
that's what we can agree on. Like it's weird for someone to want to have sex with a chicken.
See that now you saying that, but it's people who do weirder stuff than that.
Is
So
is that ideal?
He just came
No.
out of left field.
Is that ideal?
For somebody,
thank you.
for example,
For one, probably small, but for the majority,
yeah, not the majority.
But
That's
it's
what I'm
still,
saying.
but it's still somebody.
no. But what I'm saying is what is true is bad, basically, because more people think it's not decent.
Oh, so you're basically saying if more people think something is good,
Then it's
Then
good.
it's good,
That's
and if
not
more
true
people-
either. The
I'm just
majority
saying,
don't dictate what's
not
good and
even if
bad.
there's more people, but nature is all throughout history does seem weird, right?
What, for humans to have sex with animals? I mean, I wasn't around in all the points in time where I'm sure.
I
at one
mean-
point in time.
Do you
You
think
know.
our ancestors thought that was normal at
No.
a point in time?
no,
well,
because
I was just in Kemet.
I
and
think it's
you
just very
have
unnecessary.
Animal heads on bodies.
That's what I'm
and
saying, it's-
deities.
it's
so
natural, nature.
how they interacted with nature.
People shouldn't want to do that. You see what I'm saying? It's not natural. That's
I mean,
unnatural.
that's their culture though.
Who?
Like she was just saying, animal heads on people's bodies.
No,
is
I'm
the
talking about.
culture.
I'm talking about.
Nah.
That's what
Nah.
I'm saying. So we all can agree. You see what I'm saying? Like how he said, I don't know if stuff that.
Do that make it bad?
Yes, that mean it's bad. If we
That don't make-
if we all hate it,
That just mean we agree. That just mean we don't agree with
agree
it.
that that's weird and that's not the vibe we're on.
Yeah, but that don't make it bad though. Just because we don't agree with it, basically. Just because if somebody does something that goes against what you disagree with, doesn't make it bad.
So what about this eating feces?
It's not bad to whoever wants to do it. They can do what they want.
So-
It's not me. That's what I'm saying. It's not bad. If that's what they like to do, don't high five me because I don't want to high five. But but if that's what you do that.
You don't want to hang out with a person that does that, right?
I don't necessarily think it's bad. What I think is happening in those situations is this person's brain is not functioning normally.
What if they can have
So
a normal
they-
conversation like this and they was like, yeah, I do that twice a week.
Well, that's what they like to do.
Would you like to hang with that person on social media? Would that be good for your brand?
I mean, not probably any of us specifically.
No, what I'm saying, I'm trying to get y'all to
But that
even
don't-
think business.
But that don't make it bad. That's what I'm saying. That's a label.
Yeah, it's just that's their normal.
That's-
Like we have our normal, they have their normal.
All right,
For
so-
example, African
that's just
tribes
like-
do a lot of crazy stuff.
And I
that's
think
normal
I
to
think the
them.
reason we're saying this too because when you do good and bad, you're doing a leveling thing where if something is good, you're putting one thing over the other when really everything is neutral.
And we're
That's
judging
reality.
things based
That's
off
not
of
the-
your perspective or
reality.
what you think is
We-
normal.
we all
Because do
live
you
in a-
litter?
yeah, but we all live.
So-
We all live.
so some people might think that that's bad.
bad.
You're harming Mother Nature.
We all live
Mother
in
Earth.
a reality.
Why
is
would
what I'm
you?
saying.
Why would you do that? Why are you throwing stuff on the ground, E-Sharpe?
It's bad for the community.
Oh my! You know how many trash cans around here?
Bad for the community. Bad for the.
Let me
animals.
see you throwing.
Do you think it's more people that care about that than the other one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of people who care about littering.
It's probably flipped.
I mean, I haven't thought of the last time that I thought about
Somebody fucking a
animals.
chicken.
Yeah, I've never thought about that.
I'm
But I
saying
have
I'm
thought
saying
about
more people can agree that that's weird than
I think more people would agree that we shouldn't litter.
Yeah. I
Nah.
mean, both are pretty. You
I'm
know,
saying probably everyone, but probably 100,000 people might think that that's cool. What I was
To
saying.
litter.
No, what I was saying.
yeah, but that's that's them. I don't really like to.
But then y'all's y'all number might be like 500,000 that don't care about.
What does what other people think have to do with it?
Hey, real quick, Ahmed said our experiences is what defines us, individual humans. Our experiences define us, but our actions dealing with them is also defines us. So, yeah,
And that's good or
both of
bad.
them have an impact.
Yeah.
It's just both of them have their own impact. See, everybody. I don't know. I was at a point where I was labeling things like that, but I just see everything as it is. I don't put labels.
That's called being lukewarm.
That's not being lukewarm. That's just being neutral. I don't pick a side. I don't pick sides with nothing. It's just if I die, I deserved. Like it was supposed to happen that way. That wasn't bad that happened to him. It was supposed to happen. That wasn't good that somebody made it. It was supposed to be like that. Like it just is what it is.
And I agree with what you're saying, but it's still true that good and like right and wrong matters.
I think in the spectrum that we live in is useful to help gauge, different things when morality.
So what's the point of parents when we have kids? We should just go lay back and just do whatever you want, little Timmy.
No, don't do whatever you want, but
No, I think parents are there to hold a safe, loving, nurturing container for a soul that is evolving until it reaches a point of maturity where it can start functioning and making decisions without needing that space.
exactly.
but it's really
because we're in this realm where
It's
a baby can't pay bills.
But you're still gonna teach the baby what's right and what's wrong.
Yes.
I got a kid, but
Yes.
I don't teach him what's right and what's wrong. I teach him what is
When
what's the smartest situation.
Okay,
like
when
Like that wise and unwise.
yeah,
Wait.
like this is wise, this is
This is wise,
unwise.
this
When
is-
you were showing your son how to read time, and he didn't get it, what
What?
was the next word that I'm about to use?
What?
When he didn't get the question,
Well, he didn't get it correct.
do you see what I'm saying?
Okay,
It matters,
that he didn't get it.
right?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you wanted him to learn, right?
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. When we trying to talk about morality and we talking about real life, when it's about trying to
I'm talking about just right and wrong. It's deep. It's deeper than morality. It matters.
it only matters when you have to make a decision between
Like
the two.
we can't gravity. That's law. That's right and wrong. We have that here.
But it's not right and wrong. It's just
It
it
is.
is it's a
You-
universal
You
law.
can't say in my mind I'm gonna float today. Here.
If you go out in space, maybe you can get that
No.
opportunity.
You see what I'm saying? Y'all keep making.
I mean, you
think
could,
But I'm saying-
you
no,
could,
I'm
you
saying
could,
it's
there are
always so-
actually breathing techniques that you could employ that you could start, floating.
Levitate.
And levitate.
Hey, they said it's been done by us.
You gotta zoom in on my
Come
face, man.
No, you should let him do it. You should let him zoom on your face. He would have did it right now. I control it today.
He got first row tickets, bro.
Right. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's on you.
He the guest.
All right. No, but I mean, overall, it is our perception. I don't know.
Yeah, even with like parents, you teach them right or wrong based off of what you know already.
Just because
Exactly.
y'all,
Which
And
doesn't mean
they
it's
don't even mean
actually
it's right or wrong.
Exactly.
but
'Cause of
ju-
how
just-
many
just-
parents
just
teach their kids to
just
go to
because
school.
y'all three agree,
And
don't
they-
mean
that's
y'all
not-
You
right.
go to college, and that's
Exactly.
not
But
necessarily.
that's what I'm saying. So right or wrong don't even matter because we might be wrong.
I know y'all.
So the
wrong.
majority
That's
don't
what
even.
I'm saying.
So that's what we showing you. It don't even matter if somebody right or wrong because it's just perception.
Right and wrong matters. Just
See?
say, just
All right, so we right and you wrong then. Because we three of us saying it against you. So we right.
that's what you.
I don't think that's-
we going with what you said because right and wrong matter.
Yeah, just because it's more people on one side doesn't make it that side. I don't think.
I'm not saying just the numbers, but I use the numbers because when I was using that example, it's not that many people that would think that is normal because our nature doesn't make us want to do those things. You see what I'm saying? Like that's just human nature.
But it's like how many people drink soda? That's against our human nature. But because everyone's doing it, we think it's okay. And it's right.
I was trying to go
Like-
to basic human nature. You see what I'm saying? Like we
Now,
Like, you can
I'm
be
gonna
a
give you a
little slow.
pass. I'm gonna give him a pass because that's kind of where I was kind of going with the show was right or wrong anyway. Because although it's the same thing, when you trying to get somewhere, a lot of people are striving for success. There's obviously right and wrong things that they shouldn't
the
do.
right way.
It's
to
good
get there.
and bad things that they shouldn't be doing to get certain
I
places.
know a lot of people that got really far doing a lot of wrong things.
But
And I know a lot of people that do the right things and don't necessarily get far.
And good point.
So,
That's my point
that's-
too. So that's why it's important in this conversation that it be a variable because a lot of people are striving for success, but they're willing to do the wrong things for it. They're starting to lose key principle values that make people just. That made people. Stuff like integrity, doing the right thing when nobody's watching. Having respect, treating people like you want to be treated, knowing how to actually
those
talk to
things
people.
matter, right? You wouldn't feel comfortable being around people that those things didn't matter to, right?
No, that's not what I would choose for myself.
Most people on this planet would rather be around a person
But I
with the
think
things
it's
that he was
all
naming.
perspective. I mean, yes, no, most people do prefer
So
those
that's
things.
right and wrong matters.
Yeah, okay, so in this conversation, right or wrong matters. You got it.
Thank you.
I think it has to matter in life because we have the justice system.
So they made it matter, basically.
Right. It's been matter
but-
before that.
I mean,
I went to basic. Caveman, don't eat doo doo. Nasty.
how you know that?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
How
like,
you know that?
I'm saying they had to learn that though a long time ago, right?
What was right and what was wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So for survival is necessary.
Yeah, for survival.
In this world, yeah. In this world, yeah. In this country,
the realm. We all share the reality. Is what I'm saying. That's nature.
So I got a question: is right a pleasant outcome, and is wrong an unpleasant outcome?
Yeah.
basically. But everybody's outcome is different, basically,
But-
based on how they.
But then some
deal
people,
with it.
some people might not notice that it was a bad outcome, like y'all saying, because they can't tell what's wrong.
So, for example, going back to your caveman analogy, if he ate that feces and knew that it tasted nasty, that could be a bad or a good outcome to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe his taste buds are.
He might get used to it.
receptive to
it was a good outcome because I learned that it tasted nasty. I'm not going to let my kids eat that nasty stuff. And it was a bad outcome because he tasted it.
Okay, so it was both.
You see what I'm saying? But he learned something though. You
makes
moving forward, progressing as a human.
So it's really not even good or
then
bad.
is
it's just
so then
a lesson.
it's just necessary.
It's just an
because
That's what I'm
if you're-
saying. I
if
said
you're
I agree,
learning
but
and
right and wrong
progressing-
matters. It's what progresses the human psyche, is what I'm saying.
Basically, so that's what I'm saying. For survival, for advancement,
Yeah.
for people who want to be better, they have to, think in that situation. But and a lot of people, everybody don't necessarily even need to be trying to be better. Honestly, I mean they should,
Why
but
not?
Certain people should push it forward. Is what is like everybody shouldn't be bosses.
yeah,
I feel like you're right because, of course, if we didn't have the workers at McDonald's, the world would slow down a little bit.
we need all kind of people who do regular stuff and who are okay with being in the background.
We need everybody in tune with their gifts
Yeah,
and their
basically.
purpose.
Yeah,
That's
gift
what we
and
need.
purpose. Like even if nobody had a job, if everybody had their gift and purpose, I feel like, I mean, I never know now, but I feel like the world would be straight. Like how instead of money, you'll just barter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Everybody put in profit over purpose. They don't care about It's about how can I pay my bills?
But
how
did
can I
we do
survive?
that? Did we do that,
Because
or
we're not-
did the society we live in do that?
Right.
We did that.
I think the society we live in.
I think we allowed it.
Well, I think it was like that when you got here.
Yeah.
I think it's because we allowed it. The reason why things are the way they are is because we okay with it. When we stop being okay with it, we always do something about it. But we have to actually come together collectively to want to do something about it. But they have implemented tons of distraction techniques easily. We can't even focus on one thing to even get to a root problem to solve equally, together. And if we do, it's whatever they want us to come together about. It's not like we really doing it. I don't feel like the people have the power no more because it's too much social engineering. They've been able to make people think.
Yeah, we're not.
The people do have the power. They just have been tricked
Out of the power.
understanding their power.
They've been
and
tricked out of their
realizing
power.
They've been distracted, seeking all of the external successes and trappings of the outer reality.
So it worked then.
I mean, for some time, I feel like it's collapsing. It's where more and more people. It's being the truth is being illuminated right now.
I think it's because they're allowing that too.
I don't want to give them too much credit.
I mean, so we're experiencing life for the first time. So, like when we're born into things, it's not like we know anything otherwise except for history, of course, or movies.
Yeah. I mean, we just know what we experienced. You feel me? And these are the people who control everything in a sense. You know what I mean?
It's a system in place. I hope the viewers know that it's a system in place, a very intricate system in place.
It's kind of like your parents. Like I don't know how y'all grew up. Did y'all grow up in healthy homes? Broken families? No.
Yeah, no.
So everybody came from like kind of crazy childhoods,
Yeah.
right? Now, and they kind of do something to a child, but you know how you have a parent that is like, "Oh, I love you, I care about you." Like I said, they keep telling you that they love you, but they not showing it. They actually doing the opposite for you. That's kind of what we have with our government. It's like, I'm trying to help you and do all this good stuff for you, but here's some poison. I'm really trying to kill you. But I'm your parent, and I'm supposed to be nurturing you and teaching you and uplifting you and raising you, but I'm going to give you all the wrong stuff. And then they do that.
But I don't feel we can look to the government for that type of stuff.
But I'm saying they did it to our grandparents, and then our grandparents did it to their
Right.
kids, and then our parents did it to us. And now we're trying to we're becoming aware of it so we can try to reverse engineer it. But it's getting to a point where we so far in it that it might be, we've been like this for hundreds of years now.
But I think the amount of time that it's been like this is shorter than the amount of time with humanity that it hasn't been. And I feel like we are actually coming out on the other side, and things look crazier, but it's yin and yang. So the crazier things are looking on this side, the more we're expanding on the other side. So
I like to believe that. I like to believe people are coming into a consciousness as things are getting at their worst. Consciousness level is rising because they have to be aware. It's like before you die, your whole life flashed before your eyes. So people are starting to see a lot more because the end is coming. But it's like, is it enough to actually do something about it? I don't think that it is, but I'm like, let's go out with a bang.
Well, I feel like what's happening is it is the end times, but it's the end of the old way. It's not the end of the world. It's just going to be the end of an old age.
I like to believe that the pyramid is going to basically turn upside down, and the ones at the bottom will have control, and the powerful ones will be at the bottom. It's probably on the screen already for the people who can see it, but it's kind of where the logo came from in
It's
itself. So
It's really the end of the new age, and it's going to go back to the old age because the new age was a short period of time that she was talking about. It's something new.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's the end of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
particular, and then we're
Going back.
So what y'all
because
think?
everything is cycles.
So
like-
what's the new then? What y'all think the new gonna be? It ain't
No,
gonna.
no.
I don't think it's gonna be no better than.
No, what I'm saying is
It's-
going back. Is what I'm saying. It's power going back to the people, like she's saying. It's going
Yeah.
back to.
I think it's gonna be way better.
I think before we get to that point, everything has to. It's not like a. Everything has to be destroyed. It's going to be
Yeah.
like it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
That's what. That's what we're witnessing. That's what's
Growing
happening,
pains.
Yeah, but
and it's just necessary.
I'm not looking to see the worst of what's about to happen. Like
But you
It's
can
already-
you can code like it's happening, but then you're still the co-creator within your own reality, and that doesn't have to be your experience, even though that's what's happening.
I just feel like it's relevant to take it into account because, like, I want to be a multimillionaire, but who's to say that money is going to be even prevalent
Why do you want to be a multimillionaire?
I want to be a multimillionaire because I want to have land and I want to actually learn how to, grow my own resources. I want to build my own community.
Do you have to be a multimillionaire to do that?
Yeah, I think you definitely have to have money to get land to,
I'm not a multimillionaire. I
how,
own land.
did
And I
somebody,
grow my own food.
how many acres you got?
35.
How you get 35 acres?
I'm in another country
Yeah, but how you get it?
with money.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't you didn't have to have it wasn't
I mean, you don't have to have
multimillionaire.
but I want to be able to. I got a lot of different stuff I want to do. I want to build a lot of different organizations. I don't necessarily need money to do it, but I know it'll.
I feel like whatever it is that you're meant to do while you're here, a way will be made. And sometimes you got to realize the difference between why you're here and what you do, what you're supposed to be doing, and what the ego aspect of yourself wants to do. And those aren't always the same thing.
I can understand that. But
Sorry.
I can understand that, but I know I have to be resourceful, and I know money is not the most important thing, but I know it's a tool.
Yeah,
basically.
But we can gather. That's why working together in community and tribe, because one person doesn't have to have the millions, but if we all come together, then we can. I have a situation. We have 35 acres, $35,000. We split that up between 5 people.
It's just about having control, not even control, but control of your resources and your environment. I know if I'm a millionaire, the people around me going to have more opportunity to be more self-sufficient as well, too. I want them to be not necessarily bosses or whatever the case may be, but I want them to be in the same situation as me.
But I think what we have been conditioned to think we need to be self-sufficient is completely opposite of what we actually need to be self-sufficient.
100%.
I think in this society, yeah, but like they control. I know who the biggest landowner in the United States is.
Bill
McDonald's, right?
Gates right now.
Oh, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Dang, I thought it was
Well, that's why we got to get out of America.
But I mean, I think that is a great solution. But I think I'm just speaking for the people who won't leave this place because this is their home. This is it's either going to be destroyed or it's going to be repaired. And a lot of people want to think it's hope to repair it.
You can't help
You can't.
everybody.
Yeah. I mean, if you just understand principles of what you sow and reap, and you understand the land and how this place was built, and
I be trying to play devil's advocate for y'all, but y'all hear them right. Ain't no saving America. I'm go ahead, get on out of here. Love you guys. I was just thinking about what island I wanted to move to, but I was thinking I could save Babylon, but Babylon will fall, as the Creator has spoken. Unfortunately, I can't. I need to stop trying to think I can save the world. I be
what world
remembering
do you want to save? What part?
Your world or everybody else's world?
everybody else's world.
Why not your world? Save your world first and then go save everybody else.
I know, but I feel like that's how I can save their world. I can save my world by saving their world. Like I'm only, that's just me personally. I'm happy regardless. I'm
Even
content.
if we look at history, it's been so long that each, country stays in power.
That is true.
And,
Everybody will fall
history-
at one point in time.
Yeah, so
I'm just
I think we're looking at it. It's happening.
I'm just empathetic to the casualties. It's a lot of people are going to, it's gonna be.
You really can't save everybody though. Like even in the instance of enlightening, like opening your mind, like not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody cares for it. So they're not gonna be able to take advantage of the benefits that comes from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like with my videos, I make videos on Instagram, and they're basically motivation. Not everybody is gonna look at those videos and take motivation from it. Some people, for example, I was talking about fears in one, and people were like, "Oh, I'm scared of heights. I'm about to go jump off a building." Like that's not really, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different understandings. If people don't understand why they need to go somewhere, then they're not going to be going that way for long.
Which I think is if we want to try to help not try, take the word out. If we want to help, then we bridge the gap between, what people don't know, between where they are and where
they want to be.
Where they,
but
not
I don't
even
think
where
we can
they
do.
want to be, but it's just exposing. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you don't really know something until you get to experience something different. And so having platforms like this and other platforms where we are discussing, topics, and then creating resources where we can start introducing, and it's happening, breathing techniques and meditation and proper ways to consume food. And
I think this happened before.
You think what's happened before?
Of course, I feel like we were at a natural age at one point in time where we were only eating greens. We were only eating
No, what I'm saying is
bull and stuff.
like how y'all saying people waking up and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been happening.
It keeps happening. Like remember I said the caveman ate the feces. He woke up. He woke up.
Yeah, I mean that in a sense.
You see what I'm saying? Is it just keeps happening?
Yeah, but I think it's happened so many times that they've been able to prolong it longer. You know what I mean?
So in this waking up, we're talking about from the system.
I'm telling you.
Correct.
And honestly, we can't save everybody because, no matter who watched the show, everybody appreciate it. But we gotta remember, like,
it's necessary.
It's necessary, but it's only going to be a small majority of people who have the mindset that we have. Like
to take action.
I know old people who stuck in their ways. Who not finna wake up no time soon, but you can see that they really want to, or that they express that they want to change, but some people are just not going to. So I don't think that it's anything that we can do. I think it's all up to their personal choice, because nobody did it for you. You probably all of us probably put ourselves through hell and hot water to actually realize what the fuck we realizing. Yeah. I'm still putting my stuff through self on purpose just to see if I can find something that'll make me actually give a damn about it. But I don't care, because I'm like, I'm alive. You feel me? Like there's no good and bad. I mean, I guess it is good and bad, but in that perspective, I'm like, whatever happens in my life is meant to happen. But as long as I'm striving for my purpose and I'm doing what I feel like I'm meant to do,
because it makes you feel good.
You
see what I'm saying?
But it don't. It make me feel bad because I be broke. I be stressed out. Like when being an entrepreneur ain't fun sometimes. You know what I mean?
And it gets fun at some point, but not.
Yeah, but
it is fun.
You strive to do it because you know it's fun.
It can be it can be a stressful process sometimes. Yeah. Come on now, it can be a stressful process.
The situation
is necessary.
Exactly. But the situations that entrepreneurship brings are not fun. Of course, to some people where entrepreneurship seems like your only route, and you think it's like your hobby, and you like have fun with it. In that instance,
but they think that's how it's going to be all the time. That's not true. Anybody who want to be a boss, anybody who want to be an entrepreneur, and if you don't like being uncomfortable, if you don't like suffering, that's not the lane for you, in my opinion. I'm just if
100%, I agree with that.
All right,
because like I mean, even in life, take it out of entrepreneurship. It's always going to be good times and bad times. It's always going to be positive times and negative times.
Okay.
Like,
it's always going to be pleasure and pain.
Exactly.
It's always going to be comfort.
It's duality.
It's always
hold on. Oh, down the way, it's right there. Duality, right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have one side without the other, so.
That's why you prepare for both.
But it's just one. They both just one thing on two ends.
Or you can stay detached from them both. And I feel like if you are in entrepreneurship only for the sole purpose of monetary or financial success, then it's going to be a different experience fully
I don't think it'll
than
last.
if you are um, letting your gifts and your passions make a way for you. And in doing that, every moment is, you know what I mean? It's fun. It is fun because
Yeah.
you're learning, you're growing, and you realize like because when you tapped into your purpose, you realize you're just a vessel and you're here for service.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, well this. All right, well this is cool. They just shit it over there. I gotta go clean up the shit. It's part of it, but
Yeah.
don't like
That's
you
that's
know.
why that's why the foundation has to be strong, and like the basically morality or right good and bad, like he's saying. It basically it gives it structure at the bottom.
Having
Make it
core
last.
principles,
I can
basically.
understand that. I can understand that.
So it's about the core principles, the respect, the integrity, the honor, the courage, the purpose. Like that stuff matter than the profit. If you have those things, the profit gonna come automatically. That's why my brand is called Spiritual Hundos, because I know the way to actually truly gain wealth is to get the spiritual wealth first. If you're a good person and you're doing what you know you meant to do, you don't have to worry about money. You're going to struggle for a little bit. You're probably going to have a hard time. You're going to have to build like anybody else, but it's going to come aligned, But I feel like you have to go through the uncomfortable times. It got to hurt because they want to see how bad you really want it. It's really just a test. So, I feel like a lot
It's
of
all a test.
people start getting uncomfortable though. They like, it
A
ain't
lot of
fun no more.
A
And
lot
they
of people
tap
fail
out.
to-
Well, then they not really. I mean, then they just got to question what are they doing it for?
Exactly. But
You know?
they just be feeling it. Like, bro, if you just got hit with a roadblock, you can't get this building no more because something happened with the contract or something. Then you stop doing it. You just failed the test.
But that's the same thing spiritually. If you're going through the same stuff over and over again, or if you feel broke inside, it's because you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what you doing.
it's not nobody else's fault. You got to really just take accountability and ask, how do I,
Yeah.
how do I get through this?
Let's talk about accountability. Because I have a
Yeah.
video
Oh,
about
let's do it.
Hey,
extreme accountability. I think that's a book by a Marine. I didn't read it, but I heard about it. And
that the Marine. He be on all the other interviews.
yeah.
Yeah, I know who
Yeah.
you're talking about.
So
He go hard.
like you were saying, like we need to take accountability by looking at the situations that happen to us and figure out how we had a hand in it and how we can prevent that from happening again. That's how I think accountability should go.
And that's good and bad. If you don't respond well and you just ignore learning from the situation, shit can keep happening. That's the bad outcome. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, I feel like it still comes because I would call that wise or unwise. Are you making wise choices or
Mhm.
unwise choices that are leading to experiences that you don't like? So it's
Yeah.
good. So it's just I think labels, putting a word
No,
that makes sense on what.
That's what that is. That's called wisdom.
Yeah.
Knowing right from wrong. That's what it is.
That's
Yeah, we talking about accountability. We
A
not
lot of
really,
people
not in an accountable
have
age right now.
victim mindsets. If you have
Yeah.
a victim mindset, you don't have accountability.
And that's where I feel like the labeling things as good or bad comes into like if we could get away from that, then we almost eradicate a victim mentality. Because when we realize that it was all just necessary,
It was supposed to
that
happen.
was supposed to happen, then you're not victimized for it. It's like, okay, well, why did this happen?
Exactly.
It's a
And
lesson.
seeing
It's
the-
like a straight arrow to get to the
Mhm.
okay, how can I not let this happen to me again rather than, oh, this is bad, this is good.
Yeah, I can
So
see
I
that.
understand that.
So good and bad, it just depends on what dimension you're using it in, basically, and what context you're using it in. Words, they self, they have a lot of power. It just depends on where you place them at. So, I think a lot of people don't understand that as well too, the impact of what come out their mouth. I know some people who reckless with their words, like
Spelling is spells.
literally, but I know people who just say anything, like
And guess what's happening to them?
the same
What
thing
they
that
say.
come out their mouth happen to them. They tear their life apart with them same words. What you thinking?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you was talking about me. My bad.
Oh no, a hit dog or hollow one. Ain't that what Granny used to
that
say?
one hurt?
No,
That one hurt?
It didn't hurt, but I'm saying I like being that way.
no, I'm talking
It's
about
not-
people in general. I know I was not
You
even
like being
thinking
what way?
about you at all. I wasn't even thinking
Just-
about you. So the fact that you said,
Just saying what you want. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's called freedom of speech.
You not even wild with your words like that. I
I'm
don't.
just saying. Just
You not. But I'm talking about like people who don't care how their words affect other people, or they don't understand the power of their words.
Yeah. So for example, if
I
you
mean,
see
what
someone,
if they do overstand them, and that's why they don't care?
but listen, so let's say you walking down the street, okay? You see someone with some ugly pants on. You don't necessarily have to say your opinion.
Them
about
ugly,
their
stupid
pants.
fucking pants. Ugh, boy, what the fuck you come outside with them on, boy?
You don't have to do
Is
that.
that how you coming, Shar?
I mean, if they ask me, I'm gonna tell them.
See, but you ain't out there just giving your truth
But
to every damn
Now,
situation.
if they or if they say my pants fire as hell, ain't, or I'm like, hell no.
Or you can say not to me. Or you can say not to me. It might be fire to them.
But that's not reckless with your words. I'm saying some people just actually go out and, some people are.
Yeah.
Some people say that they like. I'll give you an example. When people say, "I can't do that,"
Oh yeah. So, oh my God, that's huge. When you
Yeah,
say
my-
you can't do something, you can't do it. You right.
you
You're
automatically make
100%
yourself
right.
like.
That used to be on my voicemail. Like, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, then you can't.
Exactly.
But people don't understand like that. They words also are in a aspect creating they reality.
I mean, because we're taught to use words in communication instead of like how we're moving about life. Like
Mhm.
we're taught to say useful is spelled USEFUL. So everybody know that it spelled like this in the English language. So that's how we're taught. We're not taught in the spiritual form.
Which that keeps us in like
Yeah, exactly.
speaking is actually the lowest form of communication.
Yeah, they say over 80% of communication is nonverbal.
Yeah.
So
That little grunt you
Yeah.
heard from that dude you was sitting next to on the train.
he was trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
Hey, on me though, I don't even listen to people like that no more. Honestly, like I hear them,
I think you should.
I hear them. Trust me, but I am watching more than I'm listening to how they saying it, and I'm looking at their body, like, and I'm seeing how they reacting afterwards. Because people will say one thing and really mean another.
Yeah.
So they can say I want to be this so bad. This is all I want to do in my life, and then they play the game all day. No, you don't. You want to play the game all day. People say they want to be one thing, and then they do another. So I judge a person more off their actions. You know, your words say who you want to be. Your actions show who you really are.
You judge a tree by its fruit.
Basically. So, but people be saying that they apple trees and they be lemon trees. You know what I mean?
Look at that fruit.
Hey.
I see a whole bunch of lemons.
So that's what I'm saying. People got to be aware of what come out their mouth, because when you say something, people gonna automatically hold you to that standard. They're gonna believe you, even if you ain't telling the truth. So, or I'm not gonna believe you, but
Yeah, I mean, that's because they don't know anything. They don't know anything except what you tell them.
it's power in y'all words. I guess that's the point I'm trying to emphasize.
Yeah, huge
know?
power in your words.
There's definitely power in the words and in the words themselves. So even being intentional with word choice.
That's key. I feel like that's key when you're using words. Everything that come out your mouth, it needs to have a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't just open your mouth just to open your mouth. I don't think everything don't need to be said, even if it is the truth. That's why he was like the truth is important. Ain't nothing over the truth. I'm like, I think the only thing that's probably above the truth is how it's given, because how you deliver the truth
Nothing.
is important.
Nothing.
You just can't give the truth and that's it.
I don't
just
know
put-
about that one
You
because,
just put feelings over the truth.
like, for example, like, you sometimes got to give the truth in the most blunt way. You can't give the truth disguised by anything else.
That's what I'm saying. So how you give it. So if you give it softly, then
I don't think how you give it matters more than the actual truth, though, because the truth is going to be told however way you say it.
I
Whether
guess
you
the truth is,
sugarcoat-
if I slap the shit out of somebody, that's still my way of telling them the truth. It's not. Hey, it's the truth that you need to be slapped. I don't know, but
But was that the truth?
yeah, probably. If
That
I
was-
slapped them, obviously it was the truth.
That was your truth. But there's a difference between our truth and the truth. And the truths that really are the universal principles. Those are the only incorruptible things that are permeate, and which are also the aspects of us, that incorruptible aspect of us that will always be. And then we are experiencing, life out around that piece, that
Yeah,
part of us,
or-
that's the soul. But
Yeah.
I don't think that there are a lot of truths. We create our own truths, so we create things and we call it law.
Definitely, definitely the universal laws are the things that are 100% truthful. Any circumstance.
You don't put nothing over the truth. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all saying that it's still above, basically, right? It's law.
The truth is still.
Yeah. Not how you deliver it.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all they get tonight. Hey, anyway, all they get is the Truth Talk podcast. Even if we got to go all around and around on it, but it just we don't have to. But it again, it's just about. That's why it's DeeTruth Talk podcast anyway, because everybody truth is going to be varied. But I feel like we still all have the same idea. It's still only one truth, but it's just divided into so many different people. That's why I be trying to figure out if I should have hope or not, because we got to get people on the same page,
So how do you get people on the same page? You got to relate to them.
But once you elevate to a certain point, you don't relate to them no more.
Okay, then how do you do it?
You can't.
Yes, you can.
I don't. I mean, how do you get people on the same page then?
If not by relating to them by forceful means or
Hey,
Yeah.
it's an option.
Chop your hand off. You want to steal.
yeah.
Yeah, you'll learn something, I guess. Yeah.
Other countries, they do it like that.
That's what I'm saying.
So they forced it. So we on the same page because they forced everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
It
can happen.
happens like that. It happens. That's one way that everybody gets on the same page is because it's forced. It can't be any.
I mean, look at how
You get stoned.
everyone's on the same page, even though it's the page that we need to get off. Everyone's on that page. How did they get there?
Yeah.
because
So
we
it's like
got
reverse
forced.
engineering. So then we just got to say, like, what was used to get everybody on that page, and what can we take from that to pull to be useful to
You
get
heard
everybody on
what
the
Trump
same.
said about people that sell like fentanyl.
What did he say? They should get the death penalty.
Yeah.
Oh my! I just guessed and I was right.
mean,
Wow.
So me personally, I can't determine whether someone should live or die. But fentanyl kills people on a small amount.
They say if you touch it, you can die.
Yeah, like I mean,
They said people can catch small monkeypox too. They said a lot of stuff.
No, fentanyl for real though. It's
yeah,
like
fentanyl
poison.
for real.
Yeah, fentanyl. That's a crazy drug though.
What?
A lot of people dying off that stuff. But how y'all think it got out there? They the ones who put it out
Right.
there.
It's for.
Y'all know
it's,
we
it's
ain't
for,
make no fentanyl.
It's for a purpose.
Thank you. They drug the
It's for a
government,
purpose.
the biggest drug
Yeah,
dealers.
I know, but what I'm saying is, it's for a purpose. It's to eradicate all of the crazy, stupid motherfuckers that's
That who try anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Like, clean it up, man.
Hey, that might
I
be.
feel like that's what kind of was happening with COVID.
But it's like
and all the
they
vaccines
putting out
and-
new stuff. They just trying to like ramp it up a little bit, amp the
Yeah.
numbers up.
Well, I think because the bigger agenda for them is population control.
Do you think it's necessary?
Population control.
E-Sharpe think is justifiable.
I mean, it's not. I don't hold a popular opinion. When it
Get rid of
comes
the
to-
get rid of the zombies, man.
Yeah,
But
kinda.
I feel like they gonna get rid of some good ones in the process though. Like they gonna do a
Okay,
mass
this is
cleanup.
what I feel like. I feel like if you are in tune with
Okay.
yourself, if you're in tune with your body, if you're in tune with the Creator,
Okay.
you would know not to do certain things.
Yeah, you're right.
And so if
I ain't
you're
gotta.
not in
I don't have to worry
tune,
about fentanyl. 'Cause
then
I ain't
you know what I mean. You might have partook in that, and I feel like we do have a lot of GMO humans that are walking around. Like
Yeah.
not everybody that
Mhm.
just has a earth suit is really woke behind the wheel.
That's probably one of my other problems. I be thinking a lot of people think like me,
Can't.
and I know they don't. I know half
But you
of the
attract a lot of people that probably do, so you think that, and
Yeah,
that's cool to be
yeah.
in your reality that you are around people who do think like you, but it's not everybody.
And then I get around people who not, and I be like, what the heck?
But that's what you do.
I be blown away.
Where do you find a fine line between compassion and, because like you said, how do we reach people? Is by being relatable and being able to meet people where they are. I see a lot of people that get spiritual and they're on their journey, and you can have a spiritual ego just like you had your other ego.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And you know what I mean? So it's like we got to really just look at ourselves first and, never realize that we are above. We're
Anybody
neither
else.
superior nor inferior to anyone.
To anything.
We're all just
anything.
human. We're all
Mhm.
just human. We are the same species. We just are different colors.
Right. But there has been manipulation
Yeah.
in the DNA. So there are people that look like people, but they're not functioning fully. You know, their consciousness has been seared.
Yeah.
The consciousness is not
Do you
there.
think that the shot did that? I think it's something in that shot
I
that
think
might.
it started before the shot.
I
but
think it started a long time ago.
yeah, I think it definitely started before the shot.
Yeah, man. Once humans start being interested in stuff and being curious and start trying stuff, they find out things. And if they like doing the wrong thing, then they're going to keep doing the wrong thing. For example, scientists. I'm not saying all scientists are bad, but scientists, when they experiment, they find some outcome. For example, in Spider-Man, when he turned into a lizard, he started experimenting to fix people's body, but he got this outcome that made him more powerful. So
You say he wanted everybody to be like that.
yeah, he wanted everybody to be like that. So
Yeah, don't even get me on the scientists because they control the food now.
Yeah,
They
and
can
it's like if
control
we got
everything.
hybrid foods, if we got hybrid animals, you don't think we got hybrid humans?
But yeah,
Yes.
it's even deeper than that though. Like they put in certain stuff in the food to make people think the way that they want them to think, to take consciousness.
Well, they're calcifying the pineal gland.
Yeah,
yeah,
but they able to make people think certain things. They got. It ain't me. I can't speak for. I just
you know what they're doing though, right?
what they doing.
They're just trying to mimic the creator. That's all.
Basically, they do a
Because the-
decent job.
Nah.
They can't get everybody. They say you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
Have you heard of like the theory of a contagious mind?
Enlighten us.
So it's like it was I guess a species of monkeys on an island, and they had like some sweet potatoes, and they started washing them or something like that before they ate them. But then it was the same species of monkeys over like the ocean, like another ocean, like Pacific or something like that, and they started washing the potatoes too around the same time.
Yeah, like they automatically start adapting, basically.
And it's even gets down to the molecular level, like it's some compounds that started to crystallize, and then everywhere around the world it started to crystallize at the same time.
See, so we think we have more control than we really have.
It's just the creator. He sends out data, downloads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I mean, we all operating in His will. So whether we think it's good or bad, it's all His will.
Yeah.
So that's why it's subjective again. See, like it matters, but how much, because it's necessary. So it don't matter if y'all do good or bad. I guess you gotta learn either way it go.
Right. I mean, ultimately for your soul, for your personal journey, like
Yeah.
it does. What you do does matter. You know, we don't have to label it, but what you do does matter, and we're all here on our own journey at the end of the day. So we really have to take that accountability.
But we're not here.
Accountability and really just focus on our own.
I don't think
What we can't control first.
what we can't control, but I don't think we should just worry about our own. I think part
Well, I
of the,
think it starts there, though. The more, if everybody just did that, that would eradicate a lot of the other problems.
I think so, but I kind of don't think so because I think
How?
because we got selfishness.
But I'm saying, but if everybody was cleaning their own porch first, then we wouldn't even have a lot of the other issues.
I feel like if we was
Because-
cleaning each other porch, we wouldn't have a lot of issues.
I still feel like you gotta clean your porch first.
So you would rather someone go over to your porch and clean it, and you go clean theirs when you could just clean your own first?
I mean, as long as the porches get clean, I don't really care about how
well,
they get.
because you know yourself better than your
Exactly.
neighbor.
What if
So
they miss
only
that crack?
You can clean yourself, your porch.
I'm just
the
saying.
best.
I guess my point is like we're gonna learn about ourselves in the process. But I feel like whatever our gift and our purpose is to help the world. It's like what can we do to help make
But
the,
I think
to make
that's
the
a
place.
thing that humans have this God complex, and so we're here to help the world. Like where else in nature? Like there's like I'm here to help the world. You just show up and you be like the birds are, and like let's get together and save the world.
But they help in the world. But they help in the world.
But just by being them.
By being,
Yeah.
But just by being.
not by doing.
But not by
anything else.
thinking like I gotta be more than what I am. Like just being a bee and pollinating, I'm helping the world. So-
but they still doing what they supposed to be doing.
But they're not doing it for the other bee. They're not
Yeah.
doing it for the other bird. They're just doing it for themselves.
No. Sometimes
They doing it for the queen bee.
like
I mean, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like they doing it for something bigger than themselves most of the time. But they like ants. They not doing it for themselves. They doing it for the collective. That's what I'm saying. It's not
but
all
they're
about.
just doing it, and in you just doing what you're supposed to do, it does help the collective.
Exactly.
But if you say I'm just gonna worry about me, what if an ant say I'm just gonna forget the rest of the ants? I'm just gonna go off.
But not that type of just worrying about me. But like,
but that's what I'm
just-
saying. But that's the one I'm talking about because a lot of people will take that and they live like that. I'm just saying that because majority of people that we talk about they say I'm just gonna worry about myself, and they say forget everybody else. I don't care about nobody else.
I
Like,
used to be like that.
and and what it do something to you when you like that for too long. You learn in that
Exactly.
phase.
And you learn not to be like that.
Yeah, but some people you got through that phase. Everybody don't get through that phase.
And so what I believe is that everybody has to learn their way. Like you can tell somebody don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But until they figure out until they go through that situation and get the outcome that they don't want, then they really not going to listen to you.
That's why I don't tell nobody nothing anyway these days. I let them figure out for themselves.
That's how it
And
has
all
to
you
be.
can do is just love each other when you realize everybody's here, like on their own journey. Everybody's operating out of the level of awareness that they have, and that we're all sovereign
Exactly.
beings, and you before you even came here was already predestined and preordained, like what this experience would be, all while having free will and choice within it. So
Exactly. God
it's
gave us choice.
like.
Choice is the biggest thing. We make choices like every second of the day. We choose what we think about.
So, but we make choices based off of I guess our experiences, the stuff that we've been through. So it's just about understanding. You feel me? That you can be better than yesterday. You your biggest competition.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you really find out your purpose, it makes life a little bit easier.
It does.
Cause do y'all feel like y'all found y'all purpose?
I feel like I found a piece of my purpose at least.
yeah, I'm still adding to it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go around. What y'all think y'all purpose is on this earth?
So the thing that God gave me was to revolutionize a particular industry. I'm not sure what industry currently, but just some industry is supposed to be revolutionized at the hands of me. So that's what I think my purpose is.
And
A piece of it.
why would you take that perception out of life?
I didn't get that perception out of life. It just
You sent
Some-
that mission.
some things just come to you, and you know when it's your voice, the other voice, and you know when it's God's voice. So
Okay.
that's how I got that, and I've had that with me for years. Like some industry has to be revolutionized by me, or what's the word? Like streamlined, like optimized. Some industry has to be optimized with my help or entirely by me. Like I'll have a part in it.
I believe you. Let me know how I can help. Hey, it might need to. You do media right now, don't you?
Yeah.
Hey, I think we might need to go ahead and take over the media game.
Amen.
Hey, look, I think this the time. This is about time. Like, did you go to Revolt?
Me?
Uh-huh.
You saw me at Revolt.
Oh yes. See, that's the stuff. But now, like we need to be like in Revolt next year.
Yeah.
Like,
I was saying to myself, I'm like, there's no reason why I can't be up there on stage getting interviewed just like how they are.
I think if we keep moving with this momentum, I think next year we should be able to create more opportunities for ourselves. So
It definitely comes with time.
it does. And what's your purpose, love? To give all the love in the world.
Pretty much. I'm here to uplift the vibrational frequency of humanity.
So you really trying to help the world? You trying to?
But
See?
I started with myself,
Okay.
and that's my first
Okay.
torch.
You added to
And
your purpose.
then, you said I added to my purpose.
At first, it was just for you.
Well, it started there, and in order for it to expand
Or ascend, to ascend.
well, yeah, well, in order for it to actually
Keep going up.
keep going up.
You had to.
You fulfilled your purpose for yourself, so now it evolved into purpose for others. Is that what you're saying?
Because when you have
Yeah.
enough, once you're full and you have enough, then it's like a overflowing cup,
Start leaking out.
and then you have to put other cups under it so you can fill them up too, and
Yeah.
then they can do the same thing.
I feel you.
But you have to be full. You have to have enough to give, and sometimes you feel empty. You got to go recharge. Cause you know
That's
people knock that cup over sometimes. You feel me? And it takes some time to fill back up, and then you go and then you give again. You feel me? But it's full. It's better to stay full. You know what I mean? On whatever it is that you feel. You know. So I feel like that's good. But I don't feel like a lot of people feel real full, and I feel like I be wanting to make people feel full and happy and warm, cause I be feeling it, and I'm like, if you could feel what I feel right now, you probably want to be something. You know, you probably won't even have to be nothing, cause you'll already be everything you need to be.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's
Which
what
you
we at
really
with it.
are.
But a lot of people think they have to do something or be something,
But that's because that's what we've been conditioned to believe.
because in this society they've made it so hard to survive that it's part of living now.
But that's because we have all of these extra things we think we need to survive.
And that's because we live in
Because now we do. Now we don't. But you know how a person would
But
live
we
if they don't.
because the world is such a big place. What makes us feel like we have to live right here?
This country, but if they leave, they'll see how it is other places.
Yes, and you can live you can make a way very comfortably for yourself.
DeeTruthTalk
in other parts
podcast going
of the
global.
world.
We
Yes,
going global.
go global.
We finna be in Dubai. We finna be in India. We gonna be in Africa, Asia, Jamaica. I'm trying to be international with it. I ain't gonna cap, because this
I highly
country,
recommend it.
I'm with it. And then actually, we're gonna go with E-Sharpe real quick, but I know you mess with Hawaii. You 808 in the building.
Mhm.
Shout out to Hawaii. That's a loving place. You feel me? I got the opportunity to live out there for a few years.
Hey,
My son actually, I actually go out there like every year and a half.
Okay.
Like my son from there, he born there.
is he still there?
He here, but he finna go back. His mom still live there. But Honolulu,
And I think that part. How did you feel when you were living out there? Because I feel like where we live matters.
I felt good. I mean, I got in tune with a lot of good local people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of my friends was locals. And it felt like I was family, honestly. You know what I mean? It made me feel like family. And then I seen how, like, it made me think, like, I ain't gonna cap, the whole time I was out there, I was like, bruh, I wish I can bring my family together like this. Like, I wish black people could live together like this. Like, it just blew me away. Like, and I wanted to bring that culture back to here, but it's two totally different mindsets. You feel me?
It's the environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I was about to say. A lot of that has to do with the environment. That's why I
Exactly.
say where we live matters. So for us to really get cohesive and get on the same page and really truly thrive and living at the full potentiality of who we are, I feel like we do need to leave. There's a vibration that is here. That's different.
I can see that, but I think in the meantime we have to, brother each other. Like I said, like Hawaii.
We have to band together. If that's the goal, to leave, to make a real plan.
But we
it.
gotta see each other as a universal family.
Right.
Like Hawaiians, again, like island culture. Everybody, if you the same ethnicity as me, we family. Hey brother,
Yeah.
hey brother,
Brother,
hey
auntie,
brother,
everybody, auntie, uncle.
You know what I mean? Everybody's family automatically. It's automatically respect.
That's how it should be, though.
That's how it was when I was growing up. Even from like you had to respect your elders, But now we live in a different time, and then even then, black people ain't really like that. So I don't know. Like even my family right now, we super divided. You feel me? And I be thinking like I can do something about it, but I can't help nobody without being able to help myself first. I got to do something for me, and then I got to lead by example, basically. You know what I mean? But
So yeah, that's what you got to do. That's what we're doing. That's why we're going to Tanzania, buying land, building the community,
That's
growing our
lit.
food, and then we once because with black people we got to see it first because there's so much mistrust. So how do we do it? By doing it first for ourselves, leading the way, and then we can show that example to bring other people, bring our families,
You're right.
bring our soul tribe. So
And I think a lot of people are emotionally and spiritually attached to this place that they don't even fathom leaving. Because now that I'm older and I've been thinking about it, I'm like,
Stockholm syndrome.
yeah, but I'm like, I didn't got comfortable in the chaos. Like, it's really places that I can go that I feel better. You know what I mean? So, I was just talking about somebody about that the other day. I'm like, I would like to live in another country. But you
And
know,
just do it. It's not as expensive as you think to even go.
I think it's just accumulating to a different culture and getting used to that new language, new environment. Now I'm the new guy on the block. Like, who is this American? Look at this American coming over here in Ireland. But it's like that in Hawaii. The Howleys, they call them.
Well, that's because they came over on some whole other.
They came over there tearing up land, building H3.
Right.
They didn't took 50 years on the little train station that they had to tear apart and restart on.
That was the first time I saw reverse racism.
What?
When I moved to Hawaii.
What you mean? How was that reverse?
Because over here we're used to being like discriminated.
Oh,
upon
yeah, you're right.
As melanated people, but over there it's white people. They call them Howleys with no breath, no spirit, and they do
That's
not play. Like the Hawaiians, they be like, "Yo, get the fuck off our island, go back home." They literally call them Howleys. They bully them.
In the book, it said basically leprosy is like a curse.
Yeah.
And
I had that. That's great. I really had a download about that. About
Who got
how we
leprosy?
got-
that's what they saying. That's what the Hawaiian people saying. They saying because they don't have melanin.
So that's what like the original the story in the Bible where they like cast the lepers out of the city,
Yeah.
and so it's like the non-melanated people are the people with leprosy because you need melanin to
have you heard of-
interface with the
sun.
Have you heard
sun.
of the Dark Ages?
I guess I've heard of it, but I don't know the time period of society where it was dark.
When we was in school, they made us think that it was like gloomy and sickly. Like what was that bubonic plague and stuff like that?
When?
Like in the Dark Ages.
That it was the plagues and stuff like disease.
That's what they taught us in school. But if you really look at history, like really research, the Dark Ages is when the black people was in power around the world.
Yeah, so they trying to say bad stuff happened when we was in power. Bad stuff always happened, no matter who was in power. That's one thing I could probably say. It probably was peaceful under certain people more than others, but I think this world has always been, chaos basically.
I mean, it's a sinful world. It has sin inside of it.
But I think that's the purpose of it. Like, cause if it was a joyful and happy place all the time, people would do nothing but be bad. But since it's so tough and so hard, sometimes it make people have to find the positivity and the goodness in it. And only it's like pressure make diamonds, but all the soil not gonna be diamonds. There's only gonna be certain rocks that turn into diamonds. But it's trying to find out who actually strong enough for it or not. But it's gonna crush everything. It's gonna crush regardless, but it has to create the greatness. So, shout out to all the diamonds out there.
Shout out to them.
Hey,
Shout out to the pressure. If you feeling the pressure, you probably should be. That mean go
just a
harder.
diamond.
Get more pressure.
Getting ready.
That mean go harder.
You're
and
getting refined.
you getting refined. You feel me? So it's a process of refining, and it's uncomfortable. So you have to be okay in uncomfortable situations, basically.
Exactly.
So
yeah, that's how we grow.
that's how we grow.
That's how you grow. If you're still acting in your comfortable state, and that's why you're getting the outcomes that you're getting. You should not be acting in your comfortable state. You should be doing uncomfortable things to experience new things and get new outcomes.
And we're not saying weird stuff like E-Sharpe was saying. Don't go do no weird stuff uncomfortable. I'm just saying if you feel like you have a calling and you have a purpose and it's not something that you always do, but you feel like it's the right thing to do and it's going to help you become who you should be, then do it anyway. And that's where courage come in, that, doing things that you feel uncomfortable doing because it's right. So when you're striving for success and you're trying to be great, I think it's really important for people to have these key values and make sure they don't lose themselves in that process. You know, because it is okay to strive for success and want to be an entrepreneur and want to be a millionaire, but it's like, are you willing, like,
But even if you look at that, if you look at how it just keeps shifting to keep people being more and more distracted. It's like now all of a
Yeah.
sudden we got all the shows about entrepreneurship and millionaires and this and this and that. It's just another thing, another carrot to keep
Nah, people been.
dangling.
Nah, this is really old. I'm telling you, nothing is new. People.
Yeah, that part, nothing is new. But I'm saying for where we are in this specific moment, and for the sake of the conversation, it's like,
It's just they figuring out how to keep people's attention still.
right? Yeah, that's what that's.
but
what I'm
now,
saying,
but now it's on something more beneficial than, you know.
yeah, now it look but it's still keeping you.
What
people, I feel like
it's really not. It's gotten me off of it because it's creators in this world and there's watchers. It's people who only scroll all day, and it's people who only make content all day for people to watch. So people are starting to take that. Well, me personally, I don't watch TV, and if I'm watching something, I'm literally watching the show. I'm like, how he shooting it? Look at these angles. How they color grade this? How they direct this? I'm listening to the words. I'm actually in depth now. I'm being intentional when I'm watching it. I'm not distracted no more. I'm getting something out of it. So I think it's about being intentional like that as well too. So
I forgot the channel numbers.
what channel numbers? They don't even got basic cable no more. Everybody got
For real?
fire sticks now.
Oh,
Everybody got smart TVs.
I got a fire stick.
Yeah, TV's toxic.
TV toxic.
TV's
Television.
Y'all still got channels on y'all TV?
I mean, I don't know.
Nah,
I don't.
I don't have it.
I didn't have a TV for almost 12 years,
Nah, that's wild.
and then
Yeah,
I
have-
moved in with someone who had TV.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
TV.
I feel like a lot of people would be so uncomfortable in that situation where they'll say they can't do it.
What?
Mm-mm.
Not have a TV.
Yeah, not having a TV.
You
And
can't-
again, that's why we got to travel. It took me traveling. The first time I went to South Africa and I was visiting this township, and it was poverty beyond anything I had ever seen, but also happiness
yeah.
and the actual
'Cause
life,
life is
the
so-
life, exactly, the human spirit. You could see the aliveness and the fullness of the human spirit in the eyes of my brothers and sisters that were there, but they had no TV.
Yeah.
And it just made me rethink of everything that I once believed, like how I had to have all this stuff to be happy, and then
That's
I
facts.
go and experience a place where they have nothing, but yet they're so happy. And so that was like a big paradigm shift for me.
Yeah.
Started me
A
on
lot
my
of people
journey.
don't get to experience something like that. A lot of people stay in the same state for their entire life.
And they think that the whole world is just like
Just
that.
that.
And I be trying, and I be talking to people, and I be like, I be trying to figure out why they thinking like that, and I be like, oh, cause you ain't been nowhere.
And that's
Like-
why we need to leave, because as soon as you leave, you will see that there's a whole nother way of living
So I
and
don't-
existing and
yeah.
being that you just can't fathom it yet because you haven't seen it and you haven't experienced it.
And it's not what you can Google. It's not what's on YouTube. It's not what somebody.
You have to experience it.
You have to be there. So if you ain't never traveled outside of your state, if you ain't never traveled outside this country, you know, you probably don't know as much as you think you know. Honestly, I
Need to
pride
go.
myself on being ignorant. I don't pride myself on being ignorant, but I know that I know nothing. You know, every
So-
time I think I know nothing, I have to rethink it.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel you. So why Tanzania?
Well, for me specifically, it's one of the safest countries in
Mhm.
Africa. Like almost 80% of their GDP is off of agriculture. So they're like the breadbasket of the east side of the continent.
Wow.
No GMOs. So like, I mean, it's such an abundance of food. And when you think about what you really need, fresh air, food, you know what I mean? Water, clean water. And for me, just like sunshine. You know, clean air, sunshine, food that can grow all year round. And all of those things are there. But then also the tallest mountain is there
okay,
as above, so beneath. So I'm like, okay.
yeah.
And all the oldest animals in the world. It's the only country that has the big five.
In Tanzania,
And then the people. More that, I got to put the people first.
have you been in
The people.
Tanzania already?
hmm
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So you already
So-
been preparing everything. All right. So when I come over there, you got.
Yeah, I'm inviting y'all.
I got a cot. I got a cot ready, right?
You got it. Yep.
All
You got
right.
it, Garrett.
That's good. That's good enough for me.
I
Like
would love
I'm really a simplest. I can live like off of simple stuff in life for real.
It don't take much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, literally, the invitation is open to whoever really wants to come,
Yeah.
because that's honestly what changed my life, is me going somewhere, being immersed in nature, disconnecting from everything that I thought I once knew, unlearning, shedding all those layers, and being in a place long enough to really become one with myself and rediscover the truth of who I was, realign with that truth, and then have it crystallize throughout my being, because I'm not being pulled back into my old patterns. Because we're creatures of habit too. So it's like, you go to a seminar, you go to a workshop, you hype, you like, oh shit, I'm about to be getting on, I'm working out in the morning, I'm doing this, and then 2 weeks later you back on the couch.
Yeah,
That's because your girl back on the couch, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's
You're
just
right.
like our environment really, really matters.
Position yourself and position your environment.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people do get successful and they don't buy land in this country, or or they actually don't go buy land in other countries, but even the billionaires, they go to other countries and buy land. They go out there and have employees and build companies. They don't use a lot of stuff here. They go. So I think we should start being more resourceful in that point. I think they have kind of made us feel like we're too comfortable here or we can't
Even
leave.
when you think about it, like before the internet, think about the only things that we got shown about Africa were the starving children commercials,
Facts.
the kids running around skinny with the flies, and just poverty and destitution. And there are some places where that does
beautiful.
exist, but that is not the totality of Africa.
It's the biggest continent
And
too.
Did you see that?
They say you can fit most of the continents inside Africa, but they make it look like it's normal size.
Yeah,
But it's the largest one.
you can fit China, India, the U.S.
But they used to make the map like that because they wanted to show the countries with the most power. They used to make those bigger.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for real. Like, they literally showed the landmass sizes, and all the continents
Can
all
fit
pretty
inside
much
Africa.
Fit inside of Africa.
That's how huge it is.
And 90% of all the resources come from Africa.
Yeah.
At InvestFest, did y'all go to InvestFest?
I
No,
wanted
uh-uh.
to.
Oh my gosh, Steve Harvey! I'll send y'all the clip.
Do
he
you think-
literally was telling everybody in the audience, like, y'all, you need to go to Africa, even if it's just to go once to visit. It's gonna be a complete paradigm shift. And
I
you
need
probably wanna go
to
back.
I need to do some more research, and I think I need to research it, and I need to visit. But I heard that they're starting to be taken over too, as well. Kind of about like the Chinese. A lot of those
Mhm.
schools they teach in Mandarin and stuff like that. I feel like the same thing that we tried to do with Iraq and try to like make our way in. That same thing kind of happened with China and Africa to the point where they starting to bring their culture over there and bring their family. Same thing that they do in other countries too when they get overpopulated.
But
they
the
start-
beautiful thing about the motherland, and that's why it's called the motherland, is they can go and they are infiltrating countries there, but the continent itself is so big. Like the
Yeah.
continent of China fits inside of Africa.
So we need to
So
hurry up and
it's-
get back before they.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just-
We going back to the motherland, brother. Hey, when y'all see me in Africa again, I don't want to hear nothing. That you better come with me. I really want to see Dubai. I
it's
want to see a
close
lot of
to
different.
Tanzania.
Is it really?
Yep, it's a quick flight.
I ain't never told nobody this. I want a skyscraper in Dubai. No, I will have a skyscraper in Dubai.
Can I jump from it?
I wouldn't like that.
No, I like to do like extreme sports. So I'm like going wingsuit and shit.
If you're trained,
I'ma be
I'll let
trained.
You do that.
I bet. I do stunt. I'm live like that for. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Sharp gonna jump with me too, right? All right, Sharp
I
jumping
hear
with me.
Dubai is strict though.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't see people doing crazy
You
shit in
been there?
Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you got enough money, you can do anything in Dubai. I heard it got too hot one day and they had to change the weather or something. They
It's crazy.
swear to God, I think they doing other stuff. They genetically.
I mean, they got a man-made island there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of the things that we see are just like we just see it and be like, okay, it comes from this, but really, people be doing stuff like the clouds. There's a high chance I feel like that clouds can be. Actually, we've seen a video.
Manipulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they
a
making
video.
clouds.
HARP is
Oh,
real.
yeah.
CERN is real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they making weather. They like he said, they trying to play God. So it's not. I often say it's not gonna work, but
I just say everybody go get into nature.
Yeah, nature is the best.
Go
thing
get
to
into
do.
nature.
And it's peaceful. It'll
And
make you feel good. And
mhm.
it's the one thing that man
The truth
has
will
not
be
touched.
revealed.
Man has not touched nature.
It's the one thing that man can't replicate and do.
I think everybody said what. I think it was on E-Sharpe as we get ready to wrap up here. What's your purpose here on this earth?
I'm just here to help the truth be heard, so people don't forget it.
All right, all right.
And what about you?
And to be a father one day, hopefully.
Hey.
That's cool.
I don't know. I feel like I'm here for the people. I just feel like I'm called to do something, bigger than myself. I don't know what it is yet, but
How can you do something bigger than yourself though? By being the best version of yourself.
basically, so I try to do that every day, and I feel like it's leading me into there. But that process itself is refining, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm putting myself through it just to, see what I get out of it, so I can pass that on. So hopefully other people don't have to go through as much as I did.
I feel you.
But at the end of the day, most people will have to.
They will have to.
So I just put myself through
You
it.
can't do the push-ups for nobody.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I just want to put them on my back and do the push-ups with them on my back.
Yeah,
I'm
well, that's
that-
kind of how we got here now. Everybody
kinda
got a little
like-
soft.
That's
That
kind of like
is true.
holding somebody's hand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
Well, I ain't holding no hands. I'm sorry. I can't hold your hand. You
not
got to
yet.
put your big boy drawers on. We can't save you. But when you're ready for that, you'll face the truth, and then we can take accountability, like we said. You can be whatever you want to be and still be able to maintain your core values that make you great. Y'all got any closing words for the people? If y'all couldn't give them any advice at all?
Love yourself.
Definitely. I second that. Love yourself. Carve out, even if it's just 5 minutes a day for some stillness,
Yeah.
some deep conscious breathing, and journaling. Just reconnecting with the truth of who you are. And when you can, get into some nature.
Do it. Every
Facts.
day if possible. And another thing, if you're looking to get into entrepreneurship, the first thing that you need to do is make the commitment. If you make the commitment, then you're making the commitment to go through all of the things that entrepreneur brings, meaning becoming enlightened in your mind, becoming stronger with your will, gaining discipline. So make the commitment first, and you just won't have that much trouble, or you won't have as much stress as a lot of people do when they don't make the commitment. Y'all agree with that? No?
What? Making the commitment?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
with
entrepreneurship.
anything.
Oh, yeah.
In anything.
Because it's going to
You
get it's
gotta
gonna
be
get
committed,
rough,
but
so you
definitely
got to
in
be able to stick
entrepreneurship.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, love yourself. So stay committed to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And while you at it, stay committed to DeeTruthTalk podcast.
Stay committed.
We gave
Big
y'all
things
some
on the way.
gems today. We dropped some gems on y'all. I wish I dropped some bombs on y'all. We did that. So make sure you hit the comments. Let us know what y'all think about today's show. Let us know if you have any questions, anything y'all want to talk about. Subscribe. Follow them. Y'all want to let them know where they can find y'all at on social media? Well, in Tanzania.
Sure. I'm Love Brown. You can follow me on my personal page at Love Brown, LOVEBROWNE. And on our brand page, All Love, ALLLOVEKAUAI. That's All Love Kauai. And I do want to say I encourage everyone out there too. There's a good book that is a quick read. It's called The Four Agreements.
I love that book.
Yeah, it's one of the ones like that I highly recommend that everyone read if you're into reading. And just those four principles of being impeccable with your word, always doing your best, not taking things personally, and not making assumptions can really change a lot of things for you.
It's facts.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Where they gonna find you at, David?
Oh, so y'all can
One
follow
David.
me. Y'all can follow my personal page is David Logan without the A in Logan, and you can follow my business page, DLO Views. That's DLOVIEWS. And you can contact me if you need any graphics, branding, flyers.
I need that. I'm gonna tap in with you.
Most definitely. Let's work.
Hey, no, we definitely gonna get some more work done in the future. I appreciate y'all for coming through and chopping it up with us.
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And
we
shout out to
continue.
everybody who tapped in today. So make sure
Yes.
y'all follow them. And just stay tapped in for the journey. I'm dead serious. I'm
We're
going
going to see
to.
them out in Tanzania.
I'm definitely leaving this place.
Yes.
I've been talking about buying land in another country for real. So we outie. Look. And let's go build some and come join our community. Because it's going to be centered around DeeTruth. Because that's all we want. We want to bring the truth back. And the world we living in, you can see it right there. I see it. You've been lied to. This thing has been built off lies. So we want to
Right.
dismantle it and start somewhere fresh. And I guess we can't do it here.
But see, the thing is, anything that's built on lies is going to destroy anyway. So it's already
Yeah.
dismantling. What we are here to do as the architects of the new earth is just to focus on the solutions and revolutionize and streamline and to create the new. Like the dismantling is actually, I feel, happening.
That's facts.
I see it. I see it.
So we can do it. It's up to us.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're doing
Just
right
let-
now, that's what matter.
Yeah, and just let love lead the way.
Be
in
in-
everything that you
Be
do.
intentional.
Intentional.
I love it. I love it. Well, again, DeeTruthTalk podcast coming back to you again. Tap in for
Hey.
the next one. Featuring live.
I mean, this a E-Sharpe, motherfucker.
Finna put it on the show. I need it. Finna put it on the show. I want it. Finna roll up some more. We on it. Oh.
I do also.
Cause we on the truth talk. I'll hate you. Oh. You speak on my name, this ain't no game. They come knock you off. We look at the game and it's a shame. These niggas too soft. Pull up in the thing, it got no brain. We to the roof off. Cause we on the truth talk. We on the truth talk. Why they running from the truth? DeeTruth, E-Sharpe, here forever. See me run into the loop. Know I be with the gang. If you fuck with them, then we gon' shoot. And that's just the truth talk. Cause we on the truth talk. I need the, they need the, we need the, they want the truth talk. So we on the truth talk. We on the truth talk. So what you gonna do? We want the truth. It's Jimmy and you. And E-Sharpe here too. Cause we on the